Welcome to Sigma Duocast, hosted by Rick
and Nate.
We're just a couple of best buds talking about current entertainment stuff, as well as everyday life for a couple of guys in their 30s. Anyways, enjoy the show.
Shut up, bitch.
And we are back again.
Guess who's back? Back again. Rick and Nate. Tell a friend.
On Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all your
Tell the plug.
Tell the plug. What's good, man? What's happening this last week?
Oh, shit. Man, I cried.
What'd you cry for?
When Dak went down.
Oh, my goodness.
Man, compound fracture. Dislocated ankle. Done for the season. And what was crazy is you can see in his face, too. He wasn't crying because he was in pain. I mean, maybe.
I would assume part of that is definitely that.
A lot of it, it's like, he's been playing lights out these past few weeks, and you can just see he really wants to be out there. And part of him, like, I don't know. I can't speak for the guy, but it sounds like, he was just like, man, I'm letting my team down. Yeah,
I saw that when I watched that play. I watched it live, but I didn't really catch it, like, real time. I just, after the play, he's down and carted off and everything. But when I watched the replay, dude, you see it. That ankle just totally goes in a direction it's not supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks, man. It's terrible. And what sucks most? I know, we talked about this, Stephen, the entire, NFL and sports world, hearts out to Dak Prescott for, speedy recovery. Fours up. And what was big was this when Stephen A. Smith from ESPN First Take, he kind of just chimed in and just like kind of ripped Jerry Jones a new one because Dak, he was on a franchise tag this year.
Yeah, he's a franchise tag for like $31.6 million or something like that.
And it's like, dude, you couldn't get this man's contract, and even then last year they couldn't even get his contract, so they just franchise tagged him this year, and now his season's over, and who knows? Hopefully, I would assume he'll come back, but. You know what I mean? Now, is he worth the money, high dollar, value?
I mean, if not with Dallas, he's definitely going somewhere.
Absolutely.
Someone needs him.
That's just very unfortunate, man. I'm blown away by that.
Yeah, that's sad. What else happened?
Well, some good news, and I guess a way to connect it to some sorrow at the same time. But Los Angeles Lakers, they won.
The who?
Los Angeles Lakers. Sorry, my mouth wasn't like fully opening up there.
You gotta say it with your chest.
The LA Lakers. They're champions. COVID champions.
Yeah, the asterisk champions.
Yeah. They're still champs. That's good. Good for them.
No, it was cool. Like I didn't catch any of that because obviously I don't watch NBA, but
yeah,
it's cool. I'm glad for them. It's good to hear not from Warriors fans.
And that's funny you say that because there was I think it was in 2018, Kobe Bryant, he had said something like, we'll be back, we'll be champs again. And then all these, just magically appearing fucking Warrior fans, they'll come back flocking. Mm-hmm. That's really what it was. He left, and then the Lakers were kind of irrelevant for a minute there, and Golden State started winning, and all of a sudden, I never seen a Golden State Warrior fan in my life up until they won a championship. You
ain't wrong. Same with Patriots fans.
But more Seattle fans. When Seattle were having their Legion of Boom or whatever, you saw fans left and right. I'm like, what the fuck hold on. First off, Seattle had a football team this whole time? Hasselbeck?
You know where they're in the AFC, right?
Right? Wait, no. Yeah?
Wait, no.
They were at one point.
Yeah, I know.
They were in the AFC West. So.
With the Broncos.
No,
the Broncos.
Okay. Speaking of Broncos, dude, man, this NFL COVID shit is it's too much, man. They were supposed to play, then they delayed it a day. It was supposed to be today. They were supposed to play yesterday. They delayed it to today, and then they said, no, we're going to go ahead and just make this your bye week, and we're going to make it your following week. No, and they shifted 8 NFL games for COVID, where they're trying their best to accommodate everyone, so they don't add another week in the NFL. Which honestly, it's going to hit. They're going to do was it week 18? They're going to do an 18th week
because they have to.
it's insane, man.
No, and honestly, you and I were talking about it, and I mean, if a team can't come and perform, or the certain players, right, either don't have those players play and have their backups play, second, third string. That's why you have a 52-man roster.
Yeah.
Or I don't even know what it is this year.
Yeah.
But if not, either you get a tie or you take the L.
Yeah.
It's like coming to work, like if you can't perform, we're going to get someone in that can actually do the job. So like, what's the difference?
What's crazy is tomorrow we have a football game, Tuesday.
That's weird, dude.
Yeah.
And it's not like football; it's actual football.
Yeah, it's football, and it's still part of whatever week this is, which is what
week 5.
Week 5.
Mm-hmm. So then we have a a day off, and then Thursday night football kicks off week 6.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
yeah, dude. This is who plays tomorrow? Is it Tennessee? Let's see if I can bring it up real quick. NFL.
I thought.
Yeah, Tennessee. So, 2 undefeated. So you got the 4-0 Bills at the 3-0 Tennessee Titans.
Oh, the COVID Bowl.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give it to the Bills on that one, dude. Bills have been nasty this season.
Josh Allen has been showing up.
Yeah, Tennessee. They've had a couple close calls, but Bills they've been playing really, really well. Cool, man. Well.
And that's this week's highlight.
That's this week's highlights. Let's see here. What do we got in? Hold on one sec. What do we have in store for everyone today? Okay, so today's topic. You know what? This episode, I don't know if it's going to be as funny. I'm sure it will be.
Oh, we can make it funny.
We say stupid shit, but I do want to take a little bit of time and kind of let some foundation set for us now. Most of this, what I'm going to speak to, is straight up myself. But I believe you'll probably either second or you'll have your 2 cents to put in. But I wanted to take some time. I mean, this is episode 5, and we're slowly progressing. So, in case people needed it, great. And if they didn't, well, either way, I mean, I'm just kind of laying it down, and it's basically just our style of, I guess, speech, conversation, and the stances that we have on certain things. I said it back in episode 1, we won't get too much into politics, so I'm going to kind of revise that statement a little bit. But there's some other things I kind of want to address. So the first thing, if you guys have been listening this entire time, first off, thank you so much. You're our loyalist listeners. And those that kind of listened and then dropped off because of potentially some reasons, this is probably what what I'm about to say is meant for. So as you guys can tell, I personally cuss a lot. Like it's funny because back then, probably about 10 years ago, one of my old friends had told me, like, dude, you cuss a lot. Like, holy crap, you cuss a lot. And I'm like, do I? I don't think so. And it wasn't until really, I mean, I kind of caught it after he told me that. Like, I was subconsciously thinking about it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until listening to this cast where I realized, holy fucking shit, I do cuss a lot.
It's like in Harry Potter where you got to make a mark on your arm every time you cuss,
right?
Just
or fucking Killmonger, bro. Just every time I say a bad word, my whole body's gonna have.
Well, you better make another one because you just lost the F-bomb. Right, I know. There.
Maybe I should. Maybe we should start a swear jar for the cast. So every time I cuss, I just drop like a quarter or something in there. I'll just go get a roll of quarters and drop it in there, and then boom, dude, we'll have some money.
It'll be full by the end of the night.
It'll be full within the first 9 minutes in this. So yeah, it'll be full.
You're already like 350 in.
Exactly. But anyways, so I do cuss a lot, which I'm trying to work on it. I kind of do want it to make it. I don't want to make it. I'm not going to say like I'm going to make this like super friendly because this is an explicit show. But I do want to. I want to tone it down a little bit so that people can listen to it freely, even if it's like in their work area, which I don't recommend listening. Not safe for work, so to speak. But anyways, that's something I'm working on. And then the other thing that you may have noticed with us is that we say a lot of un-PC things. And the thing is, though, we don't mean it like in a very derogatory fashion or
never.
Or like in a super offensive way. We just kind of use it more of like verbs and adjectives to us. We're just emphasizing something. But yeah, unfortunately, we use unpleasant PC things and vulgarity. But we do watch ourselves. We do kind of watch certain things. I mean, there is certain things we wouldn't say just because inside of us, morally, it's it's not the right thing to say.
Oh, of course.
But anyways, that leads to, so if you're listening and you get offended by us, by what we say and what you're hearing, the easiest way to fix that is don't listen to us. Because at the end of the day, I don't give a shit. I mean, I want listeners, but I want people to listen to tune into us, who we are, and how we go about things. So the next thing, real quick, let's see here. So I wanted to address my views, and Nate can, definitely touches on himself. But
I can touch myself.
You can touch yourself.
Ooh, yes.
So for me, I believe in living a very, happy, stress-free, healthy, and safe life for not just myself, but the closest people. The people very, very close to me, excuse me, they're very important to me. So my family, my dearest friends, and, my extended family, all them, that's the only people I care about. That might sound selfish to people, but honestly, at the end of the day, that's all I care about. Everyone else, I'll support people, but, you're not at the top of my concern list. I believe everyone has the right to live the way they want to live, and that's perfectly fine. So, that's the beautiful thing about America. That's why I love America. This is the greatest country ever. I'm sorry if you don't agree with that statement, but our show, we're very America, as you can tell from last week's show.
Oh, America.
So, if you're part of the LGBTQ community, you identify as a different gender, you believe in whichever religion, you're a Sony fanboy, you have different skin color.
I like how you threw Sony fanboy in there.
I don't care. I look at everyone as equals, and I want you to live how you want to live. But the only thing I ask is don't force anything on me, which I'll touch a little bit basis on that later.
Yeah, touch it.
So at the end of the day, I'll do me, you do you, for the full extent. I don't care what you believe, what you do, as long as it's moral, you're not breaking the law and shit like that. That's fine. Now, the only thing I will be extremely clear with that statement I just said is, one thing that I do not tolerate, I know I can speak for Nate on this, and I can definitely say it for a show, is we do not accept any type of racism.
Yeah, fuck racism.
Yeah, of any fucking kind. Any prejudice, anything like that, we're not about that life. At the end of the day, I don't care what your ethnicity is. I don't care what, your gender. I don't care what gender you do love or whatever. That shit don't matter to me. You do you, fantastic. I'm going to do me.
Oh, yeah. You want to be racist, though? You can take a long walk off a short pier.
Now, what I will say with racism, I do give people who are racist a little bit. I don't know if you do this, Nate, but I give people a little bit of a benefit of doubt. Now, there's two ways that goes. There's the blatant racism. People are just straight up racist. Like, they look the part and they use the most obscene derogatory terms instantly, and they say it with that passion, because you can tell they mean it. Those people, that's an instant fuck you. We're not good. We're not buds. We're nobody. Like, I don't have nothing to do with you. But then you have those people that kind of say it, and you're like, that's kind of racist what you just said, and then they kind of like go, like, what? And like they kind of know they're being racist, but then they don't.
It's like ignorant racism.
It's like ignorant, yeah. So I take that time to like, I want to learn from you. I want to know why you think like that. Why?
Yeah, what your thought process is behind it.
Yeah. And then, so I want to be educated by that person. And then at the time, it gives me the opportunity to educate them on why I say that's bad.
He says, well, actually.
Well, actually, like Oscar Martinez from The Office, actually, because I think that's important. I think the dialogue needs to be there, especially with the times now, what's going on, is you got to be open to say, hey, I want to know why you're like that. And at the end of the day, say you do meet someone like that, that's fine. Let them be that way. If they're racist or whatever, fine. That's cool. That's you, man. That has nothing to do with me. I don't want to be associated with that. I'm not going to deal with that. We're no longer buddies or whatever. If we were buddies, like,
absolutely.
That's that. And that's how you handle that. You don't got to sit there and then next, I got to like end this person's like life, because then you're doing counter racism where you're being prejudiced towards this dude because of his prejudice. And it's like, and that's what's going on right now in this country, which is insane. But anyways, that's kind of how I view that. Now, the other thing real quick, I just to circle back, I said forcing stuff on me. The easiest example I'll give you when I say, you can be you, just don't force anything on me. That is basically, I'll use religion as an example. So I'm a Catholic. I've said that already. But let's say, and I have a friend who's Muslim, but let's say my friend who believes in, who's Muslim and, has all that. starts trying to force his religion on me, like telling me Catholic is wrong and all this shit, and is really just trying to convert me, that's where I'm like, bro, like, listen, you can believe in what you want to believe. I'll believe what I want to believe in. We're both at peace. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Don't force anything on me, you know? And there's other examples I can come up with, but I told you the other day, like I had difficulty trying to articulate it where someone could understand. It's more, I could explain it if we're just like literally having some beers right now and saying it, but so I won't bring up the other examples, but that's the easiest one that I'll put out there. So overall, my philosophy is, you know, I believe on whatever makes you happy. As long as it's morally right and it's not against the law, you do you, I'll do me. I will happy to support you in any way, you know, as long as it's, and you know, as long as I'm in good with it, I'm in the right terms, you know. There's certain causes out there that, you know, I get what they mean and I get what they're for, but I got my own thoughts on it. But I'm not gonna, you know, move it aside or cast it aside like, no, you're terrible, you're doing the wrong things, you know what I mean? So before I go on this last part, Nate, man, you've been very quiet aside from some little side jobs. You got anything to say on all this stuff that I just talked about? I got one more part to cover, but
I you know, pretty much with everything you said, you know, I definitely agree with it. You know, you do you, I do me. You know, I'm with the support system too. You know, I'm down to listen to causes. But at the end of the day, just like you know, I'm about me and I'm about my family, extended family, good friends. You know, that's all I really can care about, essentially, because that's all I can do. You know, I can't do much more. I'll offer an open ear or, you know, words of encouragement, things like that with other things. But for the most part, yeah, I agree with everything you said.
So the last thing I want to cover is politics. Now, it's right now, or it's 2020, United States. Obviously, we got so much going on. You got Donald Trump running for president or trying to get reelected for president. And then you have Joe Biden, you know, Democrat electee trying to run for president as well. So here's the skinny. We're not going to talk about the politics between me and, well, again, I'll say it for myself because I don't want to, they can cover it. But as far as politics go, I'm always going to be neutral. We'll probably have guests here because there's future guests that I'm hoping to bring on who are very political and they know a lot more politics than I do. And, you know, if they bring stuff up, hey, we're going to be neutral in it. You know, we'll joke around. When I do joke around, though, understand that I will joke about Democrats and I will joke about Republicans and everything else in between. So
absolutely.
We're not, you know, one-sided. We're not going to sit here all pro-Republican and all about, you know, shit on Democrats or pro-Democrats and shit all about. That's not our style, dude.
No, not at all.
We go both. We
go both
we are
ways.
Bisexuals. We go both ways. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to politics. But anyways, the biggest thing when it comes to politics for me is I go wherever the proper policies are at that benefit, obviously myself, my family, like I said earlier, what matters most to me, but also what benefits America. So if there's policies of a certain individual that's saying we want to do this policy, we want to do this to better and strengthen America, whether it's education, whether it's healthcare, whether it's jobs, whether it's the military, our agencies of police, first responders, all that stuff, like all of that, I lean to wherever it is. So I don't give a shit.
100.
You know, again, like I said earlier, I don't care what your gender is. I don't care what ethnicity is. I'm the same way with politics. I just go wherever the proper policies are that benefit the American people. So that is that's probably something people don't like because they really want to label what you are. But that's my label: is whoever has the right policies that benefit America and her interests. That's the person I want to endorse, and that's the party or whatever you want to call it that I'm going to support.
Yep.
So let's see where we're at here. So anyways, I just wanted to kind of go, that's, I'm off my soapbox. I'm off my little rant. I just wanted to address that. If you guys want to get more insight and ask me questions, feel free, hit us up on our social medias, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you know, reach out. I really don't.
You can leave a Chili's review.
Yeah. And then if you're a listener and you know me very personally, where you have like my, you know, cell number, shoot me a text. I don't care. I'm very open to conversate with everything. You know, I just I just wanted to address that so that way when you're listening and I say something like fucktards, you don't take that so literal. I'm not really trying to downplay, retard people like Tropic Thunder. Remember when Tropic Thunder came out, bro? And
yeah, that movie would not last today,
dude. People were like boycotting it because they were using retards in there.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really give a shit that Robert Downey was blackfacing. They were more concerned about the word retard.
Yeah,
fucking Karen, man.
It's an agenda.
So, anyways, that's that. I'm done. 20 minutes in. I'm good. All right, Nate. What's the next topic? And then as soon as you give me the title or whatever the next topic is, I'm gonna play the cue song because we got a little song queued up for that.
Oh yeah, the next topic, ladies and gentlemen, social media, the effects of social media, and why we hate it.
The toxicity of our city.
The toxicity, dude. Fucking System of a Down is amazing.
Dude, his voice, absolutely beautiful.
I fucking love his voice. Him and the other singer. What's his name? McCall. I don't know what the fuck his name is.
Mike.
Something like that, but dude, that Serge is fucking amazing, dude. Serge,
the soda,
the soda, bro. Anyways, so first topic, we got 3 like subtopics for this: social media and its toxicity. Now, I'm gonna let you kick it off, Nate, because I know how you are with social media. So, So we're gonna kind of cover how we use and view social media. So, Nate. That question: how do you view and use social media? And again, don't go too in depth because we got it's going to segue to some other topics.
Right?
But
no,
go for
absolutely. So the use of social media, right? I'll tell you right now, and I've told Rick this. I am ignorant to social media in a sense, unless it's Facebook. So when it comes to other platforms like Twitter, Instagram, I barely learned you can add stickers to your story on Instagram. I thought that was the greatest thing in the world. Anything else, though, I don't really use too often. And, but for the most part, Facebook is my number one form of social media. And I use it on a daily basis for hours on end at times.
Gotcha. Real quick, timeout sidebar. The other singer for System of a Down was Darren Malakian. I hope I said that right, but
Malakian.
I was thinking of the last name when I said McCall or some shit. Anyways,
McCall
Pfeiffer. Yeah, man, social media. So I use social media in very specific way. I'm not addicted to social media. Like I don't live off social media. Am I on it? I'm on it every day. Yes. But am I on it? Like if I were to count up the hours on how much I'm social media combined, because I only use Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Those are like my 3. Those are the big 3 in my opinion. I mean,
those are the big 3 anywhere.
Yeah, like because they're related to everything, whether it's jobs, whether it's entertainment, anything. Like I don't do TikTok. I don't do fucking.
Nope.
What's the other one? Oh my god,
Grindr.
The one where people always like that. They always have like the filters. Snapchat? No, not Snapchat. Snapchat. Slapchat. We're gonna get that ShamWow guy to advertise that shit.
Oh man, with his headset.
Oh yeah. Fucking forgot his name too, man.
ShamWow. It's just ShamWow
it's
guy.
It's like Dave. It's something generic.
No, it's like, hey, it's me, ShamWow guy.
I just did a fucking line of cocaine.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna show you how we use the slap chop.
It's the fucking slap chop.
That's what I was fucking thinking, dude. Oh my god. I want to know his fucking name real quick.
You put in the onions, chop, 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 chop.
Because his fucking name is awesome.
I don't know. That guy was definitely on some speed for sure.
Vince. It's fucking Vince.
Of course it's Vince.
He says, this is Vince with slap chat.
Slap chat.
You're fucking up.
Yeah. Nope.
All right, let's move on. God
Not
damn
today.
it. I'm being distracted. Anyways, so I use social media specifically. So I have Instagram, where Instagram, it's kind of like I have that open for anyone to go on there. I usually do like a lot of like toy photography and like my collectible shit. That's where I use Instagram. And then Facebook, that's like locked up. So I'd only have my friends and family, people that I actually know only can access Facebook. Like everything else is, you got to be my friend to see what I got going on. And I don't really do too much on Facebook. And there's kind of a reason for it, but we'll touch on that later. And then there's and then Twitter. And Twitter, like I hardly use Twitter. Like I'm still kind of trying to see the point of Twitter. It's like Facebook and Instagram combined, but it's more just like, it's like quips, just throwing a quick little line real quick.
Yeah. It's like, let me retweet this celebrity.
Yeah. You know, like photos, you can do photos in there, but it's like, it's not, I don't know, it's not the same like Instagram. I think Instagram's better.
I don't know, you can do like whole videos. I was watching a whole video on
Really?
Twitter. Yeah, it was weird. I was like, what?
Yeah. I need to educate myself more because right now I have 2 accounts on each one of those. I have mine, and then I have the podcast accounts on there. So I'm trying to see how I'm able to network out with people.
Yeah, and then even with social media, like I try to just use it for funny cat videos, man. You know, I want to laugh. I'm trying to use it as a little form of escape, right?
Dude, that's dangerous, man. Fucking just watching videos on like Facebook and shit.
Oh yeah, 3 hours deep. Forget to go to bed.
So what was the next thing? So with social media, I don't, like I said earlier, you know, I'm not addicted to it. I don't use it in that fashion, but I guess, I don't know. I don't know if this is part of what we're going to talk about in a little bit. I guess we'll probably circle back to it either way. But so my big thing with social media, let me ask you this. Actually, hold on. Let me backpedal. Do you like, so you already said you're kind of ignorant to it. Now, do you like social media? Like, is it important to you to an extent? I mean, obviously you already said you don't use it, but.
No, I use it. Well, when I say social media, I really mean just Facebook, right? And like I said, honestly, I go on there to see actual funny memes, guys, right? Not just like some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Videos, watch some guys make a freaking 5-star hotel in the middle of a jungle with just 2 sticks.
Dude, those 2 dudes are badass.
Bro, those guys are legit.
It's like the same guy every time, bro.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, this guy's building hotels out there.
Wait, this guy has his own empire out here? Like, where you live?
Seriously.
Catching fish with toothpaste and shit? Like, wait a minute. But yeah, like, I use it for that. But part of it, what I don't like about social media, right, is there's a lot of negativity on social media. There's the use of everyone using it as a platform to voice their opinions on sometimes negative things, and it's kind of a downer to see. I originally used social media to be like, oh, this is a great opportunity for me to connect with friends and family that I haven't spoke to in a long time, or things like that. But
yeah,
even that, like it.
So that's kind of how I see it too. But like one of my biggest pet peeves with social media that like annoys me is that it's people who use it and they're like fake as shit. Like there's people that they'll use it to either like flex, just in case if you guys don't know the term flex. So none of those non-hipsters out there. It's basically like just like it's the same as like showing off, trying to show that you're better and stuff like that you're awesome, so to speak. But anyways, it's a lot of that. Like I always see like people when they go in there and they're like hardly ever post, but then they're always post or they do post all the time, but it's always like they're always showing the good shit about themselves. You know what I mean? And that's good. I mean, obviously you want positivity.
Well, yeah, you're not going to show the bad
shit. But if you know the person in real life and then you see them what they're doing on Facebook and you're like, bro, you're full of shit.
Bro, I saw that photo you posted. That wasn't your car.
Yeah.
I know that wasn't your car.
Like they always gotta and let people know that, hey, look, I'm doing fucking great. Like
I'm living a lavish life.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't see the compulsion need of having to do that. Like I don't, like I said, I hardly put shit on social media. I don't put my life out there, and there's a reason for it, which we'll touch on in a little bit. But why you always got to put it like, oh, look at me, I'm at fucking restaurants, or oh, and then the other thing is like, I'm a Catholic person, I believe in God and all that, but when they put like God bless, when they're trying to put like these dumbass motivational things, it's like
motivational quotes over coffee and pumpkins.
Like you wouldn't even say that in real life, motherfucker. Don't be putting it on fucking social media.
I know you can't read cursive.
Yeah. But it's just, I don't know, man. I just feel that people they have a whole different persona when they're on social media, and I think that's kind of why I'm not that big of a fan when it comes to it. I try to limit what I do because you're getting a fake ass person, and it's very annoying, especially if you know this person. These people in real life, you're like, come on, stop it.
Yep.
You know, be true to who you are and do your thing. You know, if you don't post on social media, then don't post shit ever. You know, don't just come out of the blue and be like, "Look at me, I'm at a restaurant. Look at me, I'm doing this. Look at me." You know, it's like you're just letting people know out there who knew who you are, and you're like trying to solidify, like, yeah, I'm a success now. I'm doing something good now.
Right, and
you know,
there's people on there that's like post, like you said, quotes and stuff, and they'll be like, "Oh, keep it 100," but you know for a fact they aren't keeping it 100.
Yeah, or they'll try to be like they're like these hella giddy, awesome people, and then you meet them and they're like the most fucking monotone person you ever met, and they're like quiet as hell. You're like, bro, what the fuck? Like who are you?
Was that you, or was that just an imposter?
Is your fucking cat running your fucking Facebook?
Down. I want to meet that cat.
I want to meet that cat.
That's a nice kitty.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it just, like you said earlier, man, it just, there's a lot of negative shit on there. There's a lot of whiny stuff on there, and people try to just seek that attention, you know, like, you know, if no one needs to know your fucking business, bro, don't put your shit out there.
No, and there's a lot of unnecessary stuff posted on social media.
I don't care if your car got a flat tire.
I mean, it depends on who it is, but like, if it really mattered, I would have got a phone call or text.
Exactly. You know, if it was an emergency, now it's like, rah, I hate Mondays, flat tire.
Grr. Hashtag Mondays.
Hashtag Mondays. Like, God, dude. But I don't know, man. So,
and then there's the other thing of social media, right? We talked about, you know, people putting too much information on social media, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not just talking about like TMI. I'm talking like, wait, why would you put that on social media? Like,
so I have a degree in criminal justice, and some of my courses that I did,
yeah, you never showed me that degree. You told me
it's in the garage,
the backseat of your car that one day.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm still waiting.
Your head was really low, so
call me 50 Cent. I've been patiently waiting for Rick to show me his degree.
I'll show you after the show. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to have him right here hanging behind me. So every time you look at me, you just see success. And then I'll put it on. Then I'll put it on Facebook to let people know.
Oh.
But so, anyways, I have criminal justice, and I took some courses in cybercrime and all that stuff. And dude, let me tell you, man, there's so much crazy shit when it comes to social media and cybercrime. Like, criminals, if there's criminals, or not even that, just people who run this stuff, and then agencies like, you know, the CIA and FBI and stuff. Like, this is the most genius way to get people's personal info without even fucking trying. Without even making a law.
It's fishing in a bucket.
Dude, it's terrible. So if you notice in my social medias, for one, my profile picture is always like something else. So a drawing, a Lego figure, an action figure, whatever. I never put myself on there. And I try not to put as much as I can for my family, because when you put an image on social media, regardless if you try to put a little fancy watermark, the moment you upload it to the net, it's no longer your picture. It's done. Like, that image you have now can be used for whatever the fuck anybody wants to use it. And it was crazy because in one of my classes, I was kind of searching around. You know, we had a project, and I was kind of researching images, kind of going into some really weird dark web shit, like from overseas and stuff, that our instructor had given us some links.
Like alligator dildos?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
And I literally came across, it was the funniest, it was the craziest ironic shit ever, like, or coincidental, if you want to call it. It was, there was a girl in my classroom, and, you know, we're all doing this project, and I'm sitting there and I'm going through it, and I'm like in this fucking European website, and it was like, for one, they were advertising like creams and stuff like that, just typical things like cream for your skin or whatever, nothing gross.
What other type of creams are there? Like,
there's
cream,
a lot
cream
of
for your coffee.
There's a lot of different creams, and then there was like, and then like the next link after that, it was like to almost like a form of prostitutes. It was kind of like not mail-in brides, but it was some inappropriate,
like a red light district type of
thing. And anyways, I'm doing that, and I came across she was in my classroom. I came across her photo twice. One for the advertisement of creams. They were using her photo that she took and put it on, I think at the time it was MySpace. So she put it on her MySpace page, and they took this random little company overseas, took her photo, and they used it as marketing, and it was like a success. It was highly everywhere. Like, after I found that first one, I just kept going, and I kept finding more. And she was like fucking blown away and frightened, and the instructor the whole time was just like,
She said,
told
"Bitch,
you."
better have my money."
And then in the other one, like I guess we'll call it what you said, the little red light district on the internet. It was her, but the picture was essentially Photoshop, but it was like her neck, and then certain parts of her body was the original photo, and the other parts weren't.
It was like those 2008 bad Photoshop.
Yeah, and but no, actually, it looked really good. It like I swear to God, if you were to ask me, I would have been like, "Did you pose nude here?" And she, no, it's this photo.
Did you ask her?
I kind of gave that like look, like,
did you really do this?
Is this? But it wasn't, because I was educated on the photo. It was literally the same photo. They did a pretty good job as far as photoshopping it. But it was a trip though, and so that's why, like, from then on, and there's a lot of other things that went on, but from then on, dude, I was like, I don't put personal shit on there. Like, you don't own that image, regardless if you put a watermark. And people out there can use it for so many fucking different things. But the biggest thing with cybercrime and all that is that you're literally creating a virtual map of yourself. So if somebody really wanted to, like, let's say, kidnap you, rob you, do harm, or just stalk you, it's so fucking easy to do it now than ever before, because literally people timestamp all their shit, share your location. They share the location. And then if you're thinking about criminals, cybercrime trying to take your identity more than ever. We brought it up the other day. Your wife, she posted, I love those people who be like, oh, give me your age, give me your favorite thing. And it's like all this little thing. You think it's a little fun thing to do, and it's one of those like snake chain emails or posts where you just copy and paste it and put your own information in.
Yeah.
Dude, you're literally giving out all your information to people out there without even knowing. So if I really tried, like, for example, myself, if I really tried, I guarantee you, like, if I wanted a complete stranger, give me some time and I can get all the information I need from them just by social media, because it's easy to find their handles. It's easy to find all that, and people are just posting the information easily. And you can, we had the instance with catfishing, people posing as whoever they are. It's fucking easy to do, man. Easy to do.
Oh, you've tried it?
No, but if I wanted to, I can do it. I know I'll be really good at it.
Well, I love that you're boasting just the self-confidence about that. You're like, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be expert at catfishing.
Well, yeah, the catfishing part, yeah, but I'm talking about more just finding out people's information and...
Oh, that portion.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant like actually leading someone on,
dude,
and then having them come meet you.
There's so much scams and all this stuff. People are like, God, why am I always getting spam? Why am I always these scammers and all this? Because they do their research and they find your shit on social media. And then they just, add the piece, and they call you up acting like there's some fucking, AT&T whatever or some bill, and then they get your social, and then you're fucking done.
And then they want the iTunes card.
You're fucked.
Give me iTunes card.
So anyways, that's my big thing with social media. So my big thing with social media, if you don't do it right, it's extremely dangerous. But people are doing it freely. It's like the TikTok thing, and I know, people can sit there, oh, it's just because politics. No. TikTok is owned, by Chinese government. And the thing is, when you give permission an app to use your mic and your camera, they can log in at any given moment. People think that, oh no, if I'm not in the app, it's like, no. Who here reads the full terms of conditions on an app? Nobody fucking reads that stuff.
No, they just scroll, accept.
Yeah. But if you take the time to read it, you'll find some crazy shit in there.
You'll be looking at words left and right.
Yeah. So... But anyway, so that's one thing. That's the other part of social media that I'm just not a fan of. I don't mess with the cybercrime, the whole security, the privacy, dude. I'm not a fan. That's why I don't post a lot, and that's good. You don't do that, but people out there, I'm telling you right now, guys, be smart. Don't post all your shit out there.
Make it private. Don't put as much information out there. Like, if you're bored, draw a picture. I don't know.
Yeah, find something to do, man. Because I'm telling you right now, man, you put all that stuff on social media, you're creating a digital map, and it's not just for criminals, dude. Like, if for some reason, agencies in the U.S., like I said earlier, FBI, CIA, or any policing agencies, they can literally pinpoint where you're at. I mean, every phone has GPS. They can access that shit. I mean, the things you see, some of the things you see in movies and TV shows, some of that shit is actually pretty fucking real.
It's real out here.
Not as in depth like enhance this photo, because that's not how that shit works. But as far as finding location and finding things and creating a map of that, yeah, absolutely,
of course.
But anyways, enough about that. I think the biggest thing with social media, and this is probably like my biggest concern and kind of why I try not to be on it so much, is what it does to human beings mentally, the mental health of social media. I think it's extremely dangerous.
Of course. Yeah, there's a huge risk factor with excessive use of social media, right? So overall, like, while we're just mindlessly scrolling social media, you know, we're looking for that one thing, right? We're chasing that high. And that, as Rick had mentioned earlier, and you know, it's essentially a chemical reaction in the brain. So it's dopamine, right? So dopamine is the chemical reaction in our brain that motivates, right, and rewards achievement, right? So when we do something good, when we finally reach that thing,
it's like when someone posts a photo and they see likes and likes keep coming, it triggers that, and it's giving them the rush, the high of like, yes, it's like solidifying their happiness.
So it's like back in the day with MySpace, right? You know, you had your top friends. It's like, oh, you know, who's my top friends? Or when we get a notification on our phones, right? We're like, oh, who's texting me? You know, who left me a message?
We have that compulsion to have to see, and what is it? Because
we want to see because it's rewarding, right? Mm-hmm. We get that chemical reaction in our brain, and it's the same chemical reaction in our brain that we get when we drink, when we smoke, when we gamble. Like, it's the same exact thing. So there's actually a video out there, and we'll probably end up posting the link, I think, on our social media so you guys can check it out.
Absolutely.
But it's by a dude named Simon Sinek, and he has this short little video about addiction to technology, right? So he talks about dopamine and how it's the key chemical is why we crave the attention. And it, like Rick said, it has to do with counting likes, number of friends, the amount of notifications.
It also goes to like what we were talking about earlier when I tell people who live these fake ass lives. You know, they need that, they need to have that feeling of success, you know? So it's like when they go onto social media and they post, like I said earlier, some type of little spiritual quote, or look what I'm doing, you know, grind hard, and, you know, they're doing something successful, and then they're getting those likes, they're getting those comments. You're just boosting them. You're literally boosting them, and it's good for them. But I mean, it's good in the sense that, hey, you're supporting it, but at the same time, they're doing it because not for the true intent, but really just to kind of get that.
They're seeking the approval of their peers.
Yes. I want that. Okay. I want that. I am a success. And
yeah,
you know, I'm going to put it in your face.
And the downside with dopamine, right, is once we get it, once we achieve whatever goal or reward we're after, it stops. So there's no more chemical reaction going on in the brain. It stops. So then
that's where you have your crash.
Yeah. And that's where you're like, okay, I need more. I want more. How do I get more? And you just keep going and going and going and going, and until it becomes an addiction, right? So there's actually a term for it when it comes to social media, Facebook specifically. It's called, the acronym's FAD, right? Facebook Addiction Disorder. And that's where you're just on Facebook for, you know, hours on end. And it leads to just not only being addicted, but there's a huge amount of people who are constantly on encyclopedia. I'm talking like Rick over here. Can't even speak. My mouth's halfway open. My mouth was open and everything.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was. Silly. No, but there's the amount of people on social media directly correlates to depression and anxiety. So for people that, you know, are between the ages of, like, I think it was like 16 and 24-year-olds, right? Since 2007, with the introduction of smartphones, right? The increase of the correlation between the two increased from like 13% to 66%. That's insane.
Yeah. I mean, and just look at a statistic here from, hold on, let me give my source so that way. It's from Creative Conversation, WordPress.com, posted by Digital, which I guess that's the company. But anyways, they said that over the past 25 years, you know, anxiety among teenagers has increased by 70%. And, you know, and there's a lot of young people being admitted to A&E departments for a psychiatric illness, and more than doubled since the 2009. So it just correlates with the internet, and more importantly the social media aspect. It sends people into this craze. I mean I don't know if you are the listener like this with social media. We always got to check it, always got to be on it. Like, if you wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is you got to check that social media, what's going on. That's just how you see you get your information. I mean, you're literally addicted. So if someone's ever said, I'm not addicted to anything, addiction isn't just fucking drugs and alcohol and gambling, smoking, or whatever. It's a lot of other things, but social media is one of the biggest addictions that everyone faces in the U.S., let alone the world.
Yeah, and even those addictive traits, right? So there was a study done, or an article published this year by Forbes, where they published a study done by Nottingham Trent University, and they found that Facebook addiction disorder has the same traits as any other type of addiction. So it's the neglect of personal life, right? So you're on social media, you just completely forget about whatever the hell is going on around you. You have that mental preoccupation. So you can be out with your friends and you're scrolling your feed and they'll be talking to you and then you'll be like, huh? What happened? Because you're mentally preoccupied, right? And people use it as a form of escapism, right? So whatever is going on in your life, just like those who drink, right? They're escaping there's the stresses and anxieties of their life, right? So financial stress is always the biggest one. And then they use social media as that escape, where they're like, you know what? Today was just trash. Johnny called me a dick at school. Like, I'm just going to go online and just scroll my day away. Mm-hmm. And it's terrible.
It is, man. I've done that one time where I'm just like on Facebook and I'll get on those little loop videos.
Once those videos start, dude, crap.
I'm like, man, 3 hours later, what happened? I'm like, fuck. So I literally turn off my phone, put it away.
He said I had to take a shit 2 hours ago.
Yeah, seriously, and I have to hide it somewhere. I gotta
hide the shit.
That too.
You shit in the cushions. You gotta hide it like the cat.
Yes.
Go blame the kitty like Scary Movie.
But no, I think it's one of those things that you gotta assess yourself. I think this is something that's very important, and I definitely challenge all our listeners to assess yourself and see how much social media you do, how much you interact with. I mean, I don't do it a lot. I mean, I hardly scroll on there for the most part. When it comes to social media too, a lot of people, they just go on there and they're dealing with fucking strangers.
Yeah,
and it's just random people. They'll go into a something that somebody said or somewhere else, and they'll jump into a comment and hope that someone chimes in, and they go from there. And it's like, I don't do that. Like, there's times I go on social media and I'll see someone post some stupid shit, and I'll be like, oh, I want to correct this person, but I won't post a comment. Like, why?
Like, what?
These are random people I don't know, and how is it going to benefit me? I'm not going to feel
unless you crave those notifications, whether they're good or bad.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, so again, I challenge everyone to assess your usage of social media. How do you use it? How does it affect you? I mean, do you look to get the peer approval? Do you want to get comments in your post? How often do you post? Do you crave likes? Things like that. I mean, there's people that I get that do it because that's their life. And even then, if that's your life, man, like that's your career, unless you're making fucking thousands of dollars and millions of dollars, hey, do you. But people who are just doing it just to, and not making anything out of it, and they're just, I just I'm on there all the time, but there's nothing of it. Come on. I mean, I remember when, I'm not going to say who this person is, but I remember when this person I know put a comment on someone's, it was like a celebrity's thing. And, actually, I know a couple of people now that I think about it, and like that celebrity will like the post they did on their own thing, or comment on it, and they fucking, it's like, bam, instant orgasm, bro. It's
dopamine.
It's the dopamine trigger that goes in, and it's like, oh my god, yes, and they feel good, and they're like,
and it makes their life. It's a good feeling, You share that with your friends, you're excited about it. You're just like, oh my god, like this famous person liked my post, or even better, this famous person that I follow, that thousands or millions of people follow, took their time to comment on my post,
or single me out to give me a fucking thumbs up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Retweeted me or something, right? And I'm not gonna lie, it's an awesome feeling, but now you're stuck
Yeah.
because what's next, right? You
You just got a
social
new
media
bar.
high. You set
Yep.
the bar. How are you going to get to that level again, or how are you going to surpass
So
it?
then you start going, you start commenting more, you start tweeting
Yep.
more, you start being
like-
a little stalker more,
Right?
And
Sending
you're hoping-
DMs.
yeah,
Oh wait, are we not sending DMs?
your DMs are amazing.
My DMs are always amazing. Remember that one when I spread? Oh wait, never mind. That's a little private. That's what I call them, little private.
But yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, social media overall for me, I'm not knocking social media because I use it, and obviously I'm trying to take advantage of it to put our podcast out there more and stuff like that. All I'm saying, I guess both of us, I mean, Nate will say his piece, but all I'm saying is use social media correctly, guys. Be smart about it. Don't get into fucking fights with other people. Like I told you earlier in the show, I believe you do you, I'll do me. You believe in what you want to believe in, and I mean, social media is the most toxic fucking thing out there right now. Someone will post an opinion or comment, and then they get attacked, and then people will jump into that and play moron. Then you got people that will come back and try to back them up. It's so toxic, and it just messes with people's. I mean, goddamn, I didn't do research on this, and I can't think of it, but I'm sure everyone knows that there was a guy who committed numerous people that committed suicide over fucking social media. They were bullied or some crap like that.
Dude, cyberbullying.
Yeah. And that's
huge.
That's a big component of social media. So it's like, again, just be smart, guys. I mean, it is addictive. If you think if you have anxiety and depression and all this shit, analyze your social media use. See if that's the cause. See if that's where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
you can definitely live. One thing that I found, I gotta find where the quote, but it's like people who have the best, happiest lives hardly ever post social media shit because their life is already fulfilling. Their life is great. There's no need to get the second approval. There's no need to get this feeling of likes and comments. I'm good, and that's how that's why if I moderately use it, I'm happy. Like my life, my home life and everything, my personal life is fucking amazing. I'm happy.
Like I'll tell you right now, one of the things I always forget to do, right, is take a photo in the moment. But I'm in that moment.
Exactly.
I'm enjoying the moment. And it was just like, my wife would be like, "Did you get a photo?" I was like, "Oh shit,
I got it in my head movies."
It's in my head movies.
But yeah, man. So that's all we're trying to say and bring up. But anyways. Well, hey, I think is a good time to bring up next week's episode. What do we got going on next week, man?
Ooh, super.
Yeah, I don't have a cue for.
I don't know. Can you make a sound with your mouth?
No, let's try. Maybe this will work.
We're playing Lord of the Rings.
No, next week we're going to have our second guest on this show.
Oh, that's right.
Our good friend Heath. And we are going to be talking about...
Not Keith. Heath.
Not Keith Sweat.
Like the candy bar, because he's sweet.
Yes, sir. And we're going to be talking about Aliens.
How do you say it in Spanish? Alianos?
I
don't know. That
was terrible.
That was my best guess.
It's called Mexican?
It's called Crossing the Border.
Crossing the border.
Santiago.
For the record, in case you guys don't know, I'm like fucking 100% Mexican. So
Yeah, this guy's, well...
I have light skin because I get it from my mom. She's from Monterrey, from Mexico, but my dad is from Guadalajara. So I'm telling you right now, guys, I'm first gen Mexican American for my family here in the U.S. So just wanted to throw that out. So if I make a Mexican joke or anything, you guys are going, "Oh, this guy sounds hella white," and is saying some fucked up PC racist shit.
Who talks like that though? Oh. It sounds like a Kid Cudi ad lib.
Some entitled motherfucker.
No, but yeah, next week talking aliens, and
our friend Heath is pretty fucking in depth with that shit.
Yeah, he sent us his research, and it looks.
I swear to God, it was like a fucking master's exit exam.
It looked like he was applying to MIT. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was just like, wow.
I'm over here. I'm like, I just watched M. Night Shyamalan. I'm like, that's good enough. Keep him away from, have water by you at all times. Shit.
So my research on Ripley has just gone to shit.
Game over, man.
Game over,
man. But anyways, that's next week. I'm really looking forward to it. It'll be one of our extended play episodes, so it'll probably be a good hour and a half. We'll see how that goes, but definitely keep a lookout for that. Again, the show, we were just really talking about keeping it real and talking about some toxicity social media shit out there.
The toxicity of our city.
So with that, we're gonna go ahead and shut this down. We can't wait to see you guys can't wait for you guys to hear us next week. As always, we appreciate your guys' listen. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We're on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and like 6 other ones that I didn't even know we're on.
Oh yeah, and you can find us on our main one, Anchor.
That's right. But yeah, share it. Let your friends know. Definitely, we need that dopamine listens.
Yeah, give us the dopamine. I'm gonna come to your house.
That's right. As always, take care of one another. Look out for one another. We love you all. Thank you, guys.
Gracias.